Thank you.
All right. Well, welcome to the Pinal County Board of Supervisors September 2022 special session. We are in order, more or less. Let's see. And so attending telephonically is Supervisor Kavanaugh. And item number one, I'm sorry, Supervisor Kavanaugh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Item one, discussion, approval, disapproval of the recommendation to the Arizona Department of Liquor License and Control for the special event license application of Haven Hospitality doing business as El Rancho Robles for the Oracle Community Center for an event to be held at El Rancho Robles located at in Oracle, September 24th, September 25th. Is there any information that we need on this?
No, Chairman. This recommendation is just for approval. This particular application was expedited because the date that it was received in the actual clerk of the board office and the date of the actual event.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about this item? Hearing none. May I get a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve item number one as presented.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you very much. Item two is an executive session, and I would ask for a motion to convene to executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to move into exec session.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none, we are in executive session. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn executive session, please.
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none. We're back in session. Welcome back, Mr. Kavanaugh. I'm sorry I didn't ask if you were there. Let's see. Item three, discussion, approval, disapproval of providing a conflict waiver so Snell and Wilmer attorneys, Ann Meyer and Allison Bands and staff can provide advice to Pinal County regarding potential health benefit tax and insurance implications. Mr. Keller.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, as the item says, we are looking at retaining off of outside counsel list two attorneys from Snell and Wilmer that have expertise in healthcare and tax matters that are overlapping. And internally, we just don't have that kind of expertise. It's a really niche area. And we want to make sure that in dealing with this health benefit issue, that we handle it the right way on a tax implication as we are looking back and looking forward. So we're looking to consult with them, and Snell has asked us because, quite frankly, they are adverse to the county on various matters, not in litigation per se, but, for example, they represent several developers at times that come before the board and the like. So they've asked for a conflict waiver. We have requested this board's approval of that. The county attorney is in favor of granting that.
All right, thank you. Does the board have any questions? Mr. Kavanaugh, do you have any questions?
No question.
No questions. In that case, I'd ask for a motion, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve item number three as presented.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Kavanaugh?
I seconded, but
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. Item number four, discussion, approval, disapproval of revisions to, I'm assuming P&P policy and procedure, 7.10, community civil service leave. Ms. Shepard.
Chairman McClure, members of the board, Mary Ellen Shepard, Deputy County Manager. We are seeking your approval today to revise policy 7.10, community civil service leave, in the following primary ways. Remove the characterization that the leave is a pilot program. Expand the number of available volunteer hours from 8 to 24 in a calendar year. Remove the United Way as a partner in this leave project because their business model has changed here in Pinal County, and to allow part-time employees to be able to take this leave. And in the interest of time, I will not go into explaining the leave policy and how it came to pass and why it's important, but I'm more than happy to do so if that is your preference.
Are there any questions from the board?
I'm good.
Mr. Kavanaugh?
Chairman.
Yeah, Mr. Kavanaugh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to the text that I read, that there are certain nonprofits that are approved or will be approved and some that are not approved to work with the county. Deputy County Manager Shepard, could you explain those criteria as far as who will be approved and for what reasons and who would not?
Chairman McClure, Supervisor Kavanaugh, members of the board, I can explain it in a general way. What we are seeking and looking for in terms of nonprofits are those organizations that exist and promote items or efforts that are important to you all as a board and Pinal County, their residents, and quality of life. So we would be looking at those nonprofit organizations that align with our primary mission, those that, for example, support reentry of our justice-involved offenders successfully back into our community, those nonprofits that support prevention of items or poverty, or those that support employment. So if we look at what our mission is and that of our various departments and elected offices, those nonprofits that are aligned with our mission and our focus as a county would generally be those that are approved for use of this leave, as well as indicated in the policy, other county departments. So if I'm an employee, and as long as the volunteer work is different from the work I do in my day-to-day job, this gives me an opportunity to volunteer and learn about what other departments or elected offices do. So hopefully, Supervisor Kavanaugh, that's responsive to your question.
Well, I think the policy, the draft says nonprofits within Pinal County, and I think, for instance, Habitat Humanity is down in Tucson, but they don't have a Pinal County location. If they were doing work within Pinal County, say on a couple of homes, would the county employees be prohibited from helping in that area, or would we need to change the language of the policy to allow that to occur?
Chairman McClure, members of the board, obviously the answer to that question is going to be driven by what your desires are. My response would be, as long as the nonprofit is serving our residents, our community in a way that is aligned with our mission and enhances the quality of life for those who live here in Pinal County, that supporting that event, again, approved by the board or the county manager, would be appropriate.
Does that answer?
Thank you.
That answers your question? Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions from the board? Seeing, hearing none, make it a motion, please.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve item number 4 as presented.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you very much, Ms. Shepard. We are adjourned.